Hey, welcome back to another Blue Surf trading video. Haven't done one of these in a long time on the Forex market. We're going to do the dollar pairs here. So this is the Euro USD on the daily chart. And if we go out, we did get the reversal finally. It's a little tricky, but we got it. We got first move. 1, 2, 3, and the second move, we broke the top last week. I think it was last week. So I thought that we would get the move from here. We got the nice wick, we got the turnaround. It looked good right there, but then we got the extended move down. So this move here was a lot bigger than this one. So it kind of looked suspicious, but that's how they get you. Right there, right? So we got the move. So now what? You definitely don't want to buy here for long term, I don't think. Go to the 4-hour chart. It looks like you are getting a setup on the 4-hour chart, but it's not a setup that I would take because it didn't break this low here. And like I said, the daily chart is really high up, and this is a Friday's move. I don't trust Friday's moves. This could come down and retest this trend line or retest this area. If you wanted a nice safe buy, I would do it from this area here, about the 50% of this move at the very least, if you were bullish. Here's the 15-minute chart. This is a weak move. It can keep going, spike up on Monday or Sunday night, but I just don't think I would take it. If you had a really good setup you wanted to scalp and then quickly put it to break even, see if it runs, that's fine. But if you were bullish or if you were bearish, then I would wait for a 15-minute setup. Come down, break this, pull back, break this low, then set it to break even, see if it runs, but see if you can get it down to here somewhere. So that's the euro. The British pound, daily chart. Looks like it's going to look similar, isn't it? You get this move up, then 1, 2, 3. Flat correction there, running flat. Some people would call this a running flat. Some people will just call this a 1, 2, 3, and then call this just a 5-wave correction. That's fine. But we get the trap here. Traps everybody, comes back, runs back up. So this is very interesting because unlike the euro, which is a little more easy to read, this is trap traders. So you don't know if this is a pullback for downside or if it's going to run up and break the top and trap everybody. So it's got that same 4-hour setup as the euro. It didn't break this bottom. If I was trying to get back to this top, I think just like the euro, I would want to set up closer to down here. And if you do think that this is the first impulse down, we're going to get a second leg, then I would wait until a 15-minute setup. So at least this was broken here, this structure right here. You could probably sell that and then set your stop to break even. See if it runs down. That's a really good setup if it happens. That's the pound. The Aussie, that looks horrible. The Aussie doesn't have the big run up. It just broke the low, and now we're reversing on the daily chart. So 3 big candles, tiny little gap here, gap here. Definitely want a 4-hour setup before you start buying. So pull back, then a 15-minute chart setup. Looks like you have a setup on the 15-minute chart, but like I said, it's at the top of the 4 hour, and I would wait for a pullback. If you are bearish, you definitely have to wait for a whole thing to happen. Structure, lower highs, lower lows. We broke this, so I'm bullish here. But like I said, if you got in here on the 4 hour chart, that's a great move. But when was that? Friday morning, 1 a.m.? Yeah, I would have missed that. I mean, I did miss it. So wait for a pullback and then try to get in. New Zealand, same deal. 4 hour chart. Broke the structure. Need a pullback. It's very interesting how the New Zealand dollar and the Australian dollar didn't have that big impulse and big correction, and that we're way down here. So we'll go to the Canadian dollar. Big move down, coming off the highs here. Same as the other pairs, you got to wait for the 4 hour correction. There's the 4 hour chart. Back to the daily, big gap here, or big gap here, smaller gap here. See if it runs back up on the 4 hour. Wait for the correction, similar to the other, the Aussie and the New Zealand on the 4 hour. Wait for a correction and sell. 15-minute. There's a scalp to the downside when a market opens, if it holds, but you know, if you're thinking long term, you got to go daily and 4 hour. USD Swiss has the big move, similar to the euro. You got this big correction. That's a really nice flat there. That's better. That's the best correction we've seen. On the euro, it doesn't look good because the second leg is so big. On the pound, you can't tell if it's a running flat or just a correction after a bigger three-way move. But here, you get the nice flat correction. 1, 2, 3, boom. Impulse down, correction. Put your stop there. I don't trade Forex as much as I do anymore. Well, barely at all. I trade futures a lot, and I just scalp during the day. I don't hold the trades overnight, but this is an amazing trade. I remember seeing this flat correction too when it was around this area. Whoever got in this and made money, congratulations. You did a really good job. Japanese yen, we broke this daily correction there. Got a great setup here. Pulls back, little ABC move. Daily candle sweeps, and boom. If you got in there, another congratulations to you. That is an amazing setup on the daily. You don't see those a lot. Down to the 4 hour. Like the euro and the pound, you got a nice 4 hour candle here. On the other pairs, you didn't get the sweep of the top and then the turnaround. That's a really nice scalp to the downside if it holds. The question is, will it? And if you are bearish, you could take that down to here, see if it runs before you get the daily correction or the 4 hour correction. Maybe you get all the way down to here or here. That's how I would be reading this market. There's the setup again. On the 15-minute, you got, it's a weak move like on the pound and the euro, but you did break this structure, and it's a nice setup on the 4 hour. See if it runs a little and you get a correction, then you'd have a wave 2 to work with to the downside. So I think that's it for the dollar pairs. I'll see you in the next video. I've been trading, like I said, I've been trading futures a lot, and I want to get back into doing these weekly videos. This is only the dollar pairs. I don't know if I'll do any more Forex reviews this week, but maybe we'll do a back testing video or something. But that's it for this video. Thanks for coming back to Blue Surf Trading, and see you in the next one. There, y'all. Good luck this week.